And here we are for another Hello Tribe Builder, today with Lucy Aditi. Lucy, do you want to tell us who you are?
Hello. I'm Lucy. I live in Brighton, and my business is called the Life Tutor. So it's based on my experience in education for the last 20 years, and realizing that the system doesn't work for everyone, and in some cases people feel like it's doing more harm than help. So now I work alongside the system, and I help young people who are struggling to stay in education for a variety of reasons: mental health, family stuff, struggling to access the education. And I help them on a one-to-one basis with life coaching. I also work with parents in the form of online courses, so I can help parents understand how the education system works, and then they can help their young people to navigate it better.
Yeah, brilliant. And you have been on the first round of Tribe Builder. We were doing a little bit of work one-to-one beforehand, weren't we? But what was your thinking about kind of joining Tribe Builder? Why did it sound like something that you wanted to get involved with?
Well, I'd already done the Living a Bigger Life course with you, which is the life coaching course. And at that time, when I started that, I had no intention of starting a business. I just knew that I wanted to do something different and bigger and have a bit more freedom in my life, really. Freedom was kind of a big word for me. My idea for the business came out of Living a Bigger Life. And then when Tribe Builder came along, it just seemed like the perfect kind of next step to help build my business in a supportive group in the same way that the Living a Bigger Life group works.
Yeah, because, for people watching this who perhaps have got like a seed of an idea or, maybe a business that they've always wanted to do but haven't really started, you were completely at ground zero, weren't you, really?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I wasn't as far ahead as some of the other people in the Tribe Builder group. I think it was a big range. Some people were quite experienced and some people were quite new, like me. So it was really great to be able to kind of learn from the more experienced people, but also to support each other through the process in all sorts of ways too.
Yeah. So what tangible things have you done in the last 12 weeks?
Tangible things. I launched an online course, my first one. So doing a launch of any kind was a brand new thing for me. And it's the sort of thing I wouldn't have done that soon if I wasn't on Tribe Builder course. I learned the word procrastinating when I was on the course, and that is totally me. I mean, if it was up to me, I would have probably spent a year getting all my branding sorted, getting a lovely website, really planning everything down to the last detail, making it all beautiful, and then launching it. And who knows, it might have worked, it might not have done, but I'd have spent a lot of time on it. Whereas the Tribe Builder made me just get out there and just do something to see what happened and to learn from it.
Yeah, and visibility has been a big thing for you, hasn't it? Doing video and getting photos done. What do you think the fear is about being visible as a business owner?
I think there's a fear of judgment from other people, and I think that can come in two forms. It's almost like judgment for being good as well as judgment for being rubbish. There is that, like, oh, that's just really rubbish and embarrassing kind of thing. But it's also like people I work with, perhaps they might be thinking, who does she think she is doing that? And of course, working in education, you spend all your life making sure you're invisible on social media because you do that for professional reasons. So it's really completely the opposite, going out of my comfort zone to become more visible.
Yeah. So you spoke a little bit about kind of the dynamic in the group, so in the group of Tribe Builder. Tell me a little bit more about how you found that process of being able to be vulnerable in a group.
I find that much easier in a group like that than kind of in a bigger forum or in public. The particular group we had was quite small, and I felt like I really got to know some of the people in the group really well, and I could be completely honest. And I found that that's a really supportive thing. And just getting other people's ideas and seeing what other people are doing with their business. There were quite a lot of ideas bouncing around. So something that someone came up with, they might not be able to use themselves, but then someone else could probably use it in their business as well.
Yeah. What do you think you've learned most in terms of kind of getting traction for your business? Because, as you say, you're starting from scratch. and you're in a particularly difficult situation because you haven't built up a social media following because of the professionalism aspect of what you've done. So in terms of that traction, what do you think you've learned most?
I've learned how to use Twitter. That's a start, because I would never have touched Twitter before. So yeah, I mean, having specific input on particular platforms was good. But just learning what kinds of things to put out there and how and when, not necessarily on specific platforms, but just becoming more visible, and things like kind of making contacts outside the social media world as well. So looking at how we can kind of contact real people,
Those
to
real
get
people out there, those real people,
real people, not as opposed to digital people. Yeah, and get seen, because yeah, in the end, your business is you. I mean, for our small businesses, we are the face of our businesses, and people are going to buy from us, not from some kind of faceless logo or something.
yeah.
So actually getting ourselves known by people is important.
Yeah, and video is a brilliant way of doing that. So even this interview between me and you, yes, it's about Tribe Builder, but there'll be people out there watching this going, oh, actually, you know, I know somebody who could really do with the services and products that Lucy's offering. And because it's, as you say, not just a faceless logo or, you know, some kind of digital flyer, it is you kind of almost in the flesh. People are going to be able to kind of buy into whether you're right for them. I mean, we talk a lot about attracting and repelling. That's the two kind of ways we talk about kind of personal branding, isn't it? And you've had some success kind of popping into different Facebook groups, haven't you? You found getting traction that way has been quite good for you in terms of getting new clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, you talk a lot about being of service to people. And I think that's an important part of what we do, because I mean, I think business should be for good. And I think that's something that you kind of promote quite a lot, about kind of what world problem we're solving with our business. So yeah, I've been joining groups of parents of teenagers and listening to what their problems are. And then I can kind of put little bits of advice and support in. And yeah, I'm not getting money from doing that, but it's really good for me to understand what people need.
Yeah.
And again, it kind of helps me get a little bit more well known as well.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not kind of doing any direct selling in that situation.
Yeah, and that's the trick. The instinct often is to go in and sell, but actually that can often repel people from you. So you've decided to stay for the next round of Tribe Builder. What are you looking forward to doing in the next 12 weeks for your business?
Well, I'm working a lot on the visibility, as we talked about, and getting more kind of realistically visible. So yeah, I want to try and get some like speaking gigs and things set up. Yeah, oh, there's so much to do. I've got an online course that I want to launch in September, which is all about applying for university. So helping guide teenagers and their parents through the university applications process, at the same time as guiding my 200 students at college through it. So I've got lots of experts around me for that. So part of what I want to do in the next Tribe Builder cohort will be to plan my sort of campaign around that course offering.
Yeah, brilliant. And what are you looking forward to in terms of the new cohort of entrepreneurs coming in? What advice would you give to the new people coming in?
I'm looking forward to meeting and getting to know a whole load of new people. And it's really nice that some of the previous people have stayed as well. So, because I sometimes find a whole load of new people coming in a little bit nerve-wracking, but having that combination of new and old is perfect. So getting to see some other kinds of businesses and what they're doing. I think my advice for people would be to really make sure you participate. I think those of us who got the most out of it and those of us who are staying are the people who participated most and got to know each other in the group, helped each other in the group, and were vulnerable as well and asked for help. I don't think it's useful to kind of try and pretend that you know it all or it's all perfect, because the group is a place where you can be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've asked this question to all of my Tribe Builders. How would you describe me as a coach? Because you probably know me quite well, because you've followed my journey. Like, you've been one of my running clients, then one of my life coaching clients. So would you say that I'm the same across all three of my businesses?
No, No, not quite actually. I think in Tribe Builder, you've got a much more business-like kind of veneer actually.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I think you're less vulnerable in Tribe Builder than you are in Living a Bigger Life, for example.
Interesting.
But that's because it's about business,
Yeah.
particularly, rather than about life in general, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I would say, as a coach, generally, you are someone who tells it like it is. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. I think I would be put off by a coach who was like, "Oh, my life's all perfect and it's all brilliant, and your life should be perfect." And yeah, I'd be like, "Oh God, my life isn't perfect. What am I doing wrong?" So I think honesty is really, really important. I think you're very direct, more of a mentor sometimes, which is great. When we're stuck, sometimes like you just need someone to just go, "Why don't you do this?" And I'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do what you said." One thing I think is really important is that you really care. You get just as excited about our business ideas as we do.
Yeah.
And it's like you're part of it as well. You're not a kind of separate entity. So yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, cool. And so for anybody thinking about coming on to Tribe Builder, what would you say to them? Because there might be people sitting on the fence thinking, you know, I don't know if I can afford this. I don't know whether I'll get a return on investment. You know, there are a million coaches out there. There are a million programs. Why this one? What would you perhaps say?
Yeah. I mean, you certainly should get a return on investment because you will be launching a specific product. And yeah, therefore you will be doing something that is going to bring money in. So you won't be just kind of faffing about with branding and stuff. So actually taking solid action, I think, is such an important part of Tribe Builder that it means that it's kind of guaranteed to be worthwhile, no matter what the outcome of that action you take.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you're taking action means that something is going to happen.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you. I actually want to say thank you to you because I think you have probably been one of the bravest members of Tribe Builder. You know, you've come in at ground zero. You know, you've been like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. And you've come back week after week on the live calls and you've been really honest about the stuff that you're finding challenging. Even when you haven't wanted to show up on video, you've done it. You've taken the majority of the advice that I've thrown your way. You've been really up for the challenge, even when you've said, I've just posted a video and it was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. So just well done on being so brave, because I think, you know, your business has moved forward hugely, you know, and your confidence as a business owner has as well. So, you know, you definitely get what you put into this process. So well done.
Thank you. No, it's been great, and that's why I'm staying.
Yeah. So we are approaching the start date. So we start on the 10th of June, which I think is in like a week and a bit. And tomorrow evening, if you're watching this today, tomorrow evening I'm doing a free webinar called The Fundamentals of Tribe Building. I'll put the link into this video. The early bird finishes on Friday. What else do I need to say? Yeah, and if you've got any questions, then feel free to reach out to me either on YouTube or via email at julie@juliecreffield.com. And we've probably got time for one more tribe building interview before the next round goes live. And then who knows, maybe next time one of you lovely viewers could be on this interview panel too. Lucy, have a great day. Thank you for taking time to be interviewed, and I'll see you in the group.
Yeah, great. Bye.
Bye.